for the courts matter and the business things. It's very important subject to enhance the business in Oman.
The meeting discussed the disputes governed by the law simplifying litigation procedures and electronic litigation mechanisms, in addition to the development of the judicial work and accelerating achievement through proposing legislation that contributes to facilitating procedures and speeding up litigation, and the path of developing electronic systems to benefit from this aspect.
I think it is very important for the private sector to hear from the legal opinion and legal people in the government how easy things can be done in the future and how the technology have been used lately in this matter.
The evening also addressed some types of lawsuits specifically provided by the law of simplifying litigation procedures due to their urgent nature, including individual labor disputes arising from the application of the labor law, those related to foreign capital investment, and disputes arising between owners, tenants of residential, commercial, and industrial properties, in addition to criminal cases related to checks and disputes from construction contracts and those related to documents containing acknowledgement of debt.
The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion has clarified that starting next April, it will be mandatory to employ an Omani employee in the Foreign Investors Commercial Registry 1 year after starting to practice commercial activity, and for him to be registered with the General Authority for Social Insurance with a commitment to implementing the Omanization policy followed by the Ministry of Labor. This comes in implementation of the Council of Ministers' decision to reduce commercial registration fees for foreign investors and treat them as an Omani investor with the obligation to employ a minimum of 1 Omani employee. A request to establish a company for job seekers to manage and operate gardens and parks in the wilaya of Wadi Bani Khalid topped discussions of the Municipal Council in North Al-Sharqiya Governorate. The council, in its 3rd meeting this year, discussed the problem of public parking congestion in the Muqal touristic area in the wilaya. The council also reviewed the beautification projects in the wilaya of Bdiya and the mechanism of development projects approved by the concerned authorities, in addition to the procedures for submitting them for bidding and attribution until their implementation and receipt. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Mahmoud bin Yahya al-Dhihli, Governor of North Al-Sharqiya and Chairman of the Council. The Municipal Council of Al-Dhahira Governorate reviewed the mechanism for implementing regulations for housing expatriate workers in residential neighborhoods that were approved by the Council of Ministers during the past year. In its 3rd meeting this year, the Council discussed the phenomenon of growing stray animals in the Governorate and the proposed solutions, in addition to discussing the service requests referred to the Council and the responses received on a number of development issues. Bank Muscat announced its contribution to the release of 260 humanitarian cases as part of the Fek Kurba initiative. The bank is keen to provide support annually to contribute to the initiative that aims to release insolvent people in prisons or those against whom detention orders have been issued as a result of financial claims incurred by them as a result of civil, commercial, legal, and labor cases, as the total number of cases in which the bank has contributed to their release has reached this year 1,557 cases. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. At a cost of over 30 million Omani riyals, a strategic financial partnership is signed to implement the first commercial building and the infrastructure of the business park in Al-Irfan city in the Governorate of Muscat. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion states that starting from next April, it will be mandatory to employ an Omani employee in the Foreign Investors Commercial Registry. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and stay safe.